have on the line the Member of Parliament for Tyne in the Banafo region. He's also a member of the NDC, Kwesi Jan Tutu. A very good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Roland.
Okay, thanks for joining us. And we heard that over the weekend there was a tragic accident involving some executives of the NDC. Have you heard of it, and what do you make of it, sir?
Thank you very much, and good morning to your listeners. Yeah, I've heard of it, and I first of all have to give my condolences to all involved, especially, I mean, to all of them, whether they are NDC or not NDC. I think the accident that claimed life was unfortunate, and I wish all of them my condolences.
Over the weekend, the Finance Minister Deputy, Kwaku Rickard-Hagen, had been speaking on the subject of the communication that some banks gave to their customers prior to the weekend, that is during the week, and especially accusing the banks of some level of mischief and also not doing well to communicate the right messages pertaining the 17.5% VAT that is expected to be charged. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, in a way, personally, I was surprised that the banks sent those messages to their clients. Maybe they may have their reasons for doing that, but the messages were clearly misinformed. They were not aligned to the law that was made. And clearly, I was surprised that they sent, because finally, if the bank thought that the end loser was to be the government, they were deceiving themselves. Because really the end loser was to be banking. Banking in general, if the people decide not to favor the banks anymore, we all become losers. And I thought it was very unfortunate that the bankers did not wait to get the education across first before sending. And at a certain point, I was getting to believe that it wasn't, those text messages were not coming from serious banks. If they were, then quite really, then I agree with the minister that it was unfortunate.
Well, indeed, some of those messages were coming from some of the most reputable banks we have in Ghana. And so, but when it comes to particularly the subject of that very percentage of VAT that is expected to be charged, was there clarity in the law in itself? Yeah,
I mean, the law was unambiguous. I do not see any ambiguity in the law at all, because it has to do with non-core banking activities. And I do not understand why anybody reading the law, I mean, especially if it pertains to the banks, and like you said, if it came from the banks themselves, then we would have presumed that they have read the document. And if they have read the document, then to me, it was a bit mysterious, and there was clarity. To me, I haven't looked through. I don't see any ambiguity at all in the law.
So, hence, what do you think the banks now need to do, especially when we're being told that perhaps the new charges could take effect from the 1st of June or thereafter?
Yeah, it is in the interest of the banks not to cause fear and panic. Because if they cause fear and panic, there will be a backlash of withdrawals that will affect the banks. I think it is in their interest and in the interest of Mother Ghana that we send education down there so people will know. If the intention of those who send the messages was to scare the people into reaction against government, it would have been very unfortunate. But I don't think so. I'm not one to believe that such was the intention. But if it was, then it's quite unfortunate, because really the backlash will affect banking itself across board. And I think we need to educate. As government intensifies education, the banks themselves should also educate the people to disabuse their minds of all such wrong perceptions that were sent about the law.